Hello. It's that time. The InkJournal subscription for April of 2023 has arrived. If you are waiting to receive your package and you don't want to be surprised, please stop this video. You come back to it after you get your box and you go through your goodies. Otherwise, if you are considering subscribing and you'd like an idea for some of the things that come in the InkJournal subscription box, stick around. Make a point to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up because I do post this every month. So I'm going to pull out my handy dandy cutter and let's get this open. So I'm intrigued by the shape of the box this month. Again, if you don't want to be surprised or if you don't want your surprise ruined, walk away. Ooh, this is a mix. Okay. Mont Blanc, Maestruc 149. Ooh. Mont Blanc graciously provided their top-of-the-line flagship fountain pen to every one of our InkFlight subscribers for nearly 100 years. Oh, hold on, April Fool's, sorry, couldn't help myself. This month's box does include a pen you can use for life. The glass tip of the J. Urban round glass dip pen won't ever rust or wear out over time. In the tradition of the 16th century Venetian glass blowers, these pens are hand blown and twisted into a spiral design. The tip will have a different feel than a fountain pen and might produce a broader, wetter line than you're used to. It's possible to smooth the tip of the glass pen using some micro mesh or extremely fine grit sandpaper. Oh, wow. All right, and then here's our Inktopuss this month on a nice little swing in a tree with some lemonade. Cute. And here's our inks. So I'm going to put the box to the side. Don't love that April Fool's. I was just getting my hopes up that I was going to have a Mont Blanc. And my internal dialogue was, wow, everyone's going to flood to subscribe. Now, oh, wow. So it's this really nice yellowy amber color. Oh, that's pretty. So I will try it out. I have broken a number of glass dip pens. One of the times that I broke it, it was just really dumb. I was rinsing it and I dropped it in the water, not thinking that when it hit the bottom of the mason jar that this was going to be glass on glass crime. Okay. So then for the inks, this month we have Ferris Wheel Press Central Park Greens, Ferris Wheel Press Purple Jade Rabbit. That's one of their new inks. Laban Aries. Oh, that's a nice red. Look at that. It's a deep red. Diamine and Cult Pens. Taj Mahal. It says it's a deep blue color. Diamine and Cult Pens Colosseum. Sandy Brown represents the travertine limestone building materials used in the Colosseum. Oh, nice. Colorverse Tang Pyong. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. 2023. Shady Dusky Purple, and Colorverse Don Huang. Pale Gold ink. Captures the softness of a lotus flower. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I'm going to pull out my Wearing Goal, which this was from another InkJournal subscription box. Oh, and I did want to point out, I'll have to do this in another video as well, but I had it in a recently, where is it? In a recent video, that I reviewed the unboxing and first time using of Pilot Iroshizuku Ajisai. So there's the Ajisai. And one of the viewers said on the Koke page, the two at the top. So I'm thinking these are the two that they were referencing. And so I just want to pull out this. I'm going to put this right next to these two. So this is a much brighter blue, and this, I can see some of what that viewer was seeing, but I think that the pink and purple come in the chromo shading, come out and cover up the underlying blue that is similar to this. So I see exactly what that viewer was mentioning. Okay, sidetrack there. All right, so we've got 6 spots, 7 inks. That's okay. And I am going to do just a little swatch on the Tomoe River paper over here. Maybe we'll reverse it. Let me get my workspace set up. All right. I'm going to use my Kakimori nib. And let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. That should be good. All right, so let's start. None of these are shimmer, so I don't have to worry about agitating the ink. But we will start with Central Park Greens. Ooh, I was getting it mixed up with a different Ferris wheel press ink. Oh, I like that green. Hi, Papa. My dog is very worried right now, staring at me. Central Park Greens. I have too much ink on this. Move my water jar so I'm not having to reach across. Okay. And then the next one is Purple Jade Rabbit. Oh, this one is a shimmer. I'm glad I looked close. This one is a shimmer. I believe this is very light. Yes. This is very light. The Purple Jade Rabbit. And I had moved over to just swatching in the Wearingle book, but what I found is that I really missed seeing the sample on Tomoe River paper, and that is what I ultimately write on a daily basis. So if I want to really do a swatch and know what that's going to look like, and potentially in a pen, the Wearingle swatch book may not cut it for me. So that's why I'm bringing back the Tomoe River. Wow. So it's interesting because I would have never thought to buy myself a red ink. But now that I'm swatching them and I'm getting the InkJournal, InkFlight, and someone else is picking the inks for me, I really like writing with red ink. It's a really nice red. To me, this is what I would consider to be a blood red. It's like someone just got a fresh bloody nose on my page, which is rather disgusting, but I'm just being honest, that's what I'm thinking. All right. Diamine and Cult Pens, Taj Mahal. Make sure that's in frame. Yep. Oh, that is a very saturated blue. So Diamine and Cult Pens, Taj Mahal. And I'm just realizing that I stopped writing InkFlight. That is okay, because the labels on the samples give me that information. Sorry, these animals are being ridiculous. The cats got catnip for Easter, and the dog is subsequently enjoying catnip that doesn't belong to her. And they're just being nuts. Oh, that's a very light brown. I think I remember this being equated to the limestone on the Colosseum. The travertine limestone materials used in the Colosseum. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. So this one is also the Diamine, Cult Pens, Colosseum. mean, even though it's very light, I think as it dries, I think it's going to be legible even in a finer medium pen. And I am picturing it in my Pelikan M400 white tortoiseshell. Colorverse Tang Pyong. I might not be saying that correctly, but I did my best. Well, that's a lovely blurple. Tang Pyong. Yep. This is quite the assortment of colors. All right, and just to give this a moment to dry, let's do some close-ups. So the Central Park greens, that is definitely kind of a grassy green. It is, let's zoom out a little bit so the colors are a little bit better. It is a little reminiscent for me of Ackerman 28, except the Ackerman 28 is much brighter. It is a much brighter green. May also be similar to, I'm not going to do this for each one, I promise. But I think, what is it? Here's the Peter Moss, so this is a much darker green. I was thinking the Colorverse Pisces, but that's a little bit more of a sage green versus this is more that grass green. The Purple Jade Rabbit, beautiful little bit of shimmer, not an overwhelming amount of shimmer, just a tiny bit. It's like a silver shimmer. Light purple, little bit of pink to it. The Laban Aries has black shading around the edges, which is really lovely, and you can see it a bit in the print, the text as well, or the writing as well. Around the S, you can see black around the edges. The Diamine Taj Mahal is a really nice dark blue with red sheen. Nothing against this ink, but I'm a little, I guess, bored over the blue ink with red sheen. It's just so common. I don't know. I almost like the blue that doesn't have the sheen to it a bit more. Colosseum, that's a lovely, almost like yellow, greenish, light brown. Very nice. And the Colorverse Tang Pyong. It's a blurple. It's a nice blurple. All right, and that is dry. So I'm going to turn the page, and we have one more. And I'll try to remember to label this with InkVent so that I can see kind of where the InkVent ends. It's another very light ink. I'm thinking about doing an ink exploration with yellows. I don't have a ton of them. Now I have another. but just to put that together. This is a much lighter version of the, like I'm thinking the Robert Oster Honeybee, but this is much lighter. Okay. All right, now here's what I'm going to do. I want to pull out the Laban Aries and use that to try out the glass dip pen, which is not going to fit. So there we go. I just, because it's not fitting, because this is bigger than the opening the ink vial, I just tilted it and put the nib in and turned it to get a fill. And then I always struggle with where to put my fingers with a glass dip pen. So it's a little scratchy. It's actually not as bold of a tip as I expected based on the description. I guess I should reverse that. It's a little bit finer than I expected based on the description. It holds a fairly adequate amount of ink. I'm somewhat just doodling just to see how long the ink will last. Don't really have a plan for what I'm doing, so sorry. And this is the well, that just keeps going, and there's still, I mean, there's not a ton of ink, but there's still ink on there. There we go. Okay. So that is the InkFlight for April 2023, as I wrote right here. And it came with 7 ink samples and a glass dip pen. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you got the InkFlight, let me know what was your favorite ink. If you didn't, but you want to let me know of these, which one was your favorite, let me know that. All right, thanks. Bye.